Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from a double up game that I'm doing with Antisocial Monkey. We are in Diamond Elo for double up, which is very high. It is like the top 1% of the double up ladder. And in this game, we're going to be featuring Yasuo, and we're going to be looking at an infinitely stacking Yasuo, thanks to having a Yasuo headliner. All right, we'll get into that in a minute, but first of all, we have a portal to go with. I was hoping that we would not get Wandering Trainers. This is one of the new portals introduced in the patch that came out after the winter holidays. I don't like this one because it's basically dumb luck what you get. And guess what? We do get Wandering Trainers. Ah, man. Unfortunately, I really don't like this one because you get a training dummy and it has three completely random emblems on it. And you can kind of win or lose the game just based off of what you get on the very first round of the game. I have drawn Jazz, Sentinel, True Damage. I was like, I'm not 100% sure what to do with that. Maybe I can play a Jazz comp, like Misfortune or Disco, because I do have Jazz plus Sentinel. That could play into like a Disco board. But I have a Kennen for my initial unit that drops, and then I also have an Echo, and then look at this, I have a True Damage Yasuo headliner in my shop. I was like, okay. Well, I guess we'll be playing the Yasuo, and we'll just play True Damage then. I actually don't have enough gold to buy the Yasuo, so I'm going to lock my store. I'm actually hoping that I'll get gold to drop here. If not, I will just have to keep my store locked because True Damage Yasuo is absolutely perfect for this setup. And on top of that, Antisocial Monkey is actually finding Yasuos in his store. I believe he has 2 out of 3 Yasuos on his initial store. So I get a Nico to drop. That's enough gold to just sell and replace and buy that Yasuo. So I was like, all right, we're going to play Yasuo Headliner. That's 5 true damage already on stage 1-4. Okay, that's completely crazy. And then look at this. I get a 2-star Yasuo instantly coming over from Antisocial Monkey. So I'm like, all right, I know what I'm going to be doing in this game. Antisocial Monkey, not as much. He has gotten the trash tier emblems for his. He has Crowd Diver, Big Shot, and what's his third one? I think his third one is Bruiser, something like that. He was like, I have no idea what to do with these. So he was trying to figure out what the heck he was going to do with his setup. I have clear direction, though. Okay, so the other items I get are a tier and a cloak, I think, are the last two. I'm looking over here. I was like, I don't like my items at all. Let's just go ahead and take Pandora's items, and then these will re-roll into other things. Now, normally I don't like taking Pandora's items as a gold augment. Oh no, he has Crowd Diver, Big Shot, Executioner. Like, what do you do with these? Um, what in the world do you do with these? Well, we decided that he was going to try to build a stall board. He actually has 6 Olafs already. He's going to try to build a stall board with bruisers with the intention that my board will be able to win, and then I'll come over and help him win with him stalling out the fights. So that's kind of our plan there. All right, anyway, back to my point. Augment. I went ahead and took Pandora's items. As I said, I generally don't like this as a gold augment. I think it's kind of underpowered because the gold and the prismatic versions basically do the same thing as the silver version. They all just allow your items to re-roll into other items on the bench. The silver version gives you 1 extra component. The gold version gives you a completed item, and then a prismatic I think gives you a radiant item or an artifact item, something like that. It's been a little while since I saw that, but they all kind of do the same thing. They all just let your items re-roll into other items. So as I said, it's better to get it as a silver augment than something else. Now that said, sometimes you just get items that you really don't want. I got a belt, a tier, and a cloak. And I didn't really want any of those items, so I was pretty happy to take Pandora's items here and just let them roll into something else. I was like, all right, I'll just let them roll into another thing. I also do get a good bit of RNG. The item that came out of Pandora's items was a Quicksilver Sash, and I thought about this for about 20 seconds. I was like, do I want to commit one of Yasuo's 3 item slots to this? And I was like, actually, I think I do. Yasuo is a melee carry, and Quicksilver Sash always tends to be pretty good on melee carries. I don't know if it's his best in slot, but I don't think it's bad by any means. So I'm going to run the Quicksilver Sash, and then I'd like to get a damage item. And then after that, I will try to get a healing item. So like 1 defensive item in the Quicksilver Sash, it means he can't be crowd controlled for the first 15 seconds of a fight. And then, as I said, another damage item. We'll have to see what we get from that. And then, like I said, a healing item. Now, he does have innate healing, from the fact that he's a headliner. Yasuo's headliner ability does give him innate Omni Vamp. It also gives him a secondary ability, which is worth discussing here. Let me see if I can find it on the cheat sheet here. By the way, I also have 5 true damage, so as soon as I find Senna, I'll have 6 true damage in, which is ridiculous. All right, Yasuo's headliner effect is he gets 200 health and 10% Omni Vamp. Also gets this passive. Yasuo permanently gains 1.5% attack damage when he kills an enemy champion. And then his bling bonus is when you put an item on him, he executes enemies under 15% health. So he has an automatic execute if he's itemized, which he is here. Kills enemies under 15% health, has innate Omni Vamp, and he permanently gains 1.5 attack damage every time he kills a unit. Now, he currently has 10.5%, so I guess he's killed, what is that, 8 units so far? Is that right? 8 or 9 units. So yeah, he's kind of been feasting on people's boards already. And the fact that we have the Wandering Trainers is actually pretty good because it puts a training dummy on the board that Yasuo can potentially kill on every single round. So he is stacking this up fast. And with this being double up, he also has the ability to kill units on Antisocial's board. Now, he actually did die there. And it's actually a good thing that ASM's Olaf came over here because I was going to lose this round with the reinforcing board. But instead, we're able to win, keep the win streak going, and go from there. At the start of that round, I was able to get a... by the way, there's a spatula here. If I could get the spatula, I could make a true damage emblem. And then I just need 1 true damage emblem. I can actually play 9 true damage because I already have a true damage emblem from the Wandering Trainer. Anyway, though, I would have taken the spatula. That's gone. That's not there. I thought that I could potentially look to take that cloak and make a Bloodthirster, which I think would also be pretty good. But that also gets grabbed. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this glove. I realize I have Pandora's items. I could re-roll this into anything eventually, but let's just make Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge has really good synergy if you're trying to play 3-star Yasuo. By the way, get another glove there. And that's because he gets all this bonus AD from killing enemy units. So if you're able to get him in early and start stacking up those kills, he's going to build up just immense amount of attack damage. Because again, every time he kills a unit, 1.5% AD. So if you get the Infinity Edge, that allows his damage to crit, which means all that bonus AD is going to stack up and have the ability to critically strike when he fills up his mana bar and gets off an attack. It also means the more damage he does, the more Omni Vamp he gets back again. So I do want to try to get Edgelord trait in eventually. I'd prefer to get the 6 true damage in first. That would be really nice. But we're trying to set up a situation where Yasuo gets a billion kills. He gets bonus AD every single time he gets those kills. He gets Omni Vamp off that damage. And he has true damage, so he just ignores armor and MR. By the way, look at this fight. Look how close this fight is. Yasuo dies just a little bit too fast. And now there's just a Jinx alive. Does Echo have this? He's healing. He does have an item on him, so he gets his bling bonus for healing. That's a sad way to lose that fight. What a close one, but the Jinx ultimately has that. So I was on a nice winning streak, and then I end up losing that one. So that was worth a lot of econ if I could have won that. All right, anyway, though, there's another Yasuo, so I'm going to get one. Antisocial has another Yasuo as well. He just got the send back, so that's going to come on over. That's going to get me to 8 Yasuos. And Yasuo's uncontested in this lobby, so it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to hit. I'm already on 8. Antisocial Monkey has now sent me 4 Yasuos already. I found the headliner, and I've only found 1 Yasuo aside from the headliner, but he sent me 4 of them already, so... he's contributing in a pretty big way. I wish I had actually picked up this Tom Kench for him because I believe he ends up trying to 3-star the Tom Kench if I'm remembering this game correctly. But anyway, things are starting to get a little bit out of control. As soon as I find a Senna, I'm going to have the 6 true damage in, and it looks like I'm going to have Yasuo 3-star in very early. He's already at, I think that went by pretty fast. I don't think I quite saw it, but he's killing several units in every single fight. The true damage is going to allow him to just cut right through front lines. He can't be CC'd from the start of the fight because he has the Quicksilver Sash. Look at this. He's getting more kills on ASM's board. He is at 27% already. Oh my god. That's a lot of AD to have at the end of stage 2 when there's fewer units on the board. So as I said, he's just been feasting on these enemy team boards. And the fact that everybody has a Wandering Trainer on board means he's been killing a lot of the training dummies too. All right, anyway, here comes the send back again. I don't really have something to send antisocial. I believe I buy the Gragas and send to him because he's trying to play four. He's playing four bruisers, and the Gragas is another bruiser that he can use to try to get up to a potential 6 bruisers. So I'm gonna send this. Probably would have been more useful to send the Tom Kench though, because he's trying to get a little closer. And that would have been Tom Kench 2-star. That definitely would have been better. Uh, ASM was thinking he's gonna play these bruisers. He's gonna try to play Olaf, or not Olaf. Yeah, Olaf, and try to have like a stall comp. By the way, here I get a tier on my bench, and then the item that pops out rolls into a glove. So I'm happy to make Hand of Justice. There's my healing item. Also has innate crit synergy. And then look who pops out of the minion round. I'm going to get a Senna popping out of the minion round. On top of that, ASM has found another Yasuo. So this means I do not have to stop and reroll Yasuo. I am just going to go straight to level 5, and now I'm going to look to just level up as quickly as possible here because I don't need to reroll for Yasuo. I'm going to get another Yasuo coming over from ASM in like 3 or 4 more rounds. So that means I do not have to reroll at all. I'm guaranteed the Yasuo 3-star. It's still sitting there over there on his bench. So like I said, just like 2 or 3 more. I think it's like 3 more rounds. I think it's like after the carousel. I'll have Yasuo 3-star. And Yasuo is scaling. Now we have 6 true damage in because I was able to place that Senna on my board. So 6 true damage. I've said before, 6 true damage tends to be where the trait starts to get kind of out of control. As a quick refresher on true damage champions deal bonus true damage. So it's not the case that a percentage of their damage gets converted into true damage. It's easy to misinterpret that, be like, oh, they get a certain percentage of their damage becomes true damage. No, they deal bonus true damage on top of their normal damage. And then if they are holding an item, they get a unique bling bonus for their ability. Yasuo, as already mentioned, his bling bonus is what he gets the execute, or enemies under 15% health die. So 6 true damage. It is 45% bonus true damage when you have that. Oh, by the way, here we get another augment. I'm trying to figure out what I can do here. Portable Forge, maybe. Jeweled Lotus I don't need because I already have the Infinity Edge on Yasuo. I'm going to take the Crown Guard because it's a very good item on Echo, and I can probably make double Crown Guards if I put this on Echo. He's an AP unit, so he benefits from extra AP on Crown Guard, and the extra shield that he gets at the start of combat is very nice. So I'm hoping I can just make double Crown Guards. I'm thinking maybe I do like Wormog's double Crown Guard, and that'll make for a very tanky Echo, who, by the way, I just hit the Echo 2-star, so that's pretty nice there. In any case, though, as I said, 6 true damage, 45% bonus true damage. So, you know, if Yasuo hits for 100, he then healed 100 physical damage that then adds an additional 45 true damage, which cannot be resisted. If you're looking here, it is the white numbers are the true damage on here. So yeah, Yasuo is hitting for an insane amount of true damage because he hits for lots of damage normally, and then just, again, your resistances mean nothing. He is particularly good against Sentinel front lines. Sentinels get additional armor and magic resistance, but that is completely useless against true damage. Well, not completely useless. He does deal physical damage as well, but the true damage portion cannot be resisted by armor or MR. Only health blocks the true damage. Yeah, you can see Yasuo is, I mean, he's still killing more units over on Antisocial's board as well. So he is stacking right now, and it's getting pretty ridiculous at this point in time. Anyway, for the most part, I am just playing the true damage units, and then I have 1 extra unit on the board. I have an extra Guardian in the form of Nico. Now, I don't really want Guardian trait all that badly. Like, Kennen is not a key unit on my board. He's basically in there as a trait bot. So what I'm really looking to do is to get the Edgelord trait in for Yasuo. That will give him additional attack speed and let him dash through enemy units. But I have the Kale on my board. I do have a 2 out of 3 Kales down there. I need another Edgelord, so there's no point in playing Kale until I can find that. So I will play Nico for a Guardian until I can actually find that, and that'll give a little bit more frontline. Anyway, though, but with 2-star Echo, 2-star Kennen, the 2-star Yasuo, and the ridiculous 6 true damage in this early in the game, from having true damage headliner plus the true damage emblem on the training dummy, I'm just absolutely cutting through people. 51% bonus damage on Yasuo. That's like he has a free Death Blade already. And it's only going to get worse the longer this game goes on, because he's continuing to kill units round after round after round. And what we have set up here is really working quite well. ASM's board stalls in each round, because he's got all these bruisers that are just super stally. And then that buys time for my board to kill the opponent, and then Yasuo comes over and he gets even more kills on Antisocial's board. It's pretty wacky, but it's certainly working so far. He's not even a 3-star unit yet, although he's about to be because we're going to get the send back any second now. All right, anyway, we are last pick here. I can take, again, I have Pandora's items, so I can kind of take anything I want off the carousel here. I was going to take this belt and then use it to make a Warmogs, but that is not an option. So I will go ahead and just take the sword then. It is on a 3 gold Amumu, so most expensive unit I can pick up. If there is a spatula available here, I can also look to make a true damage emblem, but I believe the spatula is not an option here. Oh, actually, he just sent me the last Yasuo. Antisocial actually sent me a 2-star Yasuo, so you can see it combines into 3-star, and then there's 2 Yasuos appear on my bench, which is pretty funny. Anyway, in terms of what I get here, I'm going to take a component anvil. Spatula was not an option. And I'm going to go ahead and take that belt. So I got my Warmogs anyway. I also got a bonus sword. That was nice. And now I have these extra Yasuos I can't do anything with. So no point to holding them. I'll just sell them. And I'll put the Kale in. Kale does not make any traits, but she is a 2-star unit, so why not? Note that I have not put an item on Kennen yet, and I have not put an item on Senna. At some point, I'm going to want items on these units so that they can activate their bling bonus. Might as well if you're going to be playing a true damage comp. But yeah, now I have 3-star Yasuo. So he hits harder, he deals more damage, therefore he omnivamps harder as well. I don't know if that's a verb saying he omnivamps harder, but you know what I mean. As he does more damage to the enemy team, he also heals for more damage. And again, every time he kills something, 1.5 more AD, 1.5 more AD. So we're going to cut through this board, and I think Yasuo did about 3,000 true damage in that fight. So now we're going to come over here, and again, he's just still killing more stuff. There we go. I think that's like 2 more stacks on the other board. So, as I said, this game has just gotten completely out of control. Excuse me. Wow, sorry. Excuse me there. We've just gotten really, really, really far out in front of this lobby's pace. And we're kind of on full win. I think we lost the 1 round. Otherwise, I'd be on full win streak for the entire game. I think I've won. This is the 10th round of the game, 10th PvP round. And I believe I've won 8 out of 9 so far, so it's been pretty wild. Now I have the send back again, but I don't really have anything to send to Antisocial Monkey, so I'm just gonna hold on to that for the time being. I did grab the Gnar because Gnar would make Superfan. I thought briefly maybe I can go to level 7 and play Gnar, but then it was like, wait a minute, Gnar's not gonna do anything because Gnar, I'm not going to get a Superfan item on Yasuo. He's already fully itemized, so I'm not going to get any benefit from that. I guess I could use Superfan to pop his items off, but I'm actually extremely happy with the items he has here. There is all kind of synergy to these items. Like I said, he has the Quicksilver Sash, so he can't be CC'd. Infinity Edge, so his massive stacking damage can crit. And then the Hand of Justice allows him to heal. All 3 items are also built out of gloves, so there's crit chance on all 3 of these items, which means I think he has close to 100% crit chance on his items. And again, he's just critting for that ridiculous stacked up damage. So Yasuo, man, this dude is just completely bonkers right now. He is just absolutely decimating the enemy teams in a way that I've rarely seen a unit do at this point in time in a TFT game. So yeah, full win streak able to extend to all the way through up to the maximum 6-round win streak. Whew. What it is, and by the way, there's Riven, so now I can finally level. I'll put Riven in and then get Edgelord trait in as well. Perfect. This is reminiscent of what Yasuo was like on the public beta environment, the PBE. We're up to 81% bonus damage, deal 856 damage to the current target. What? 856 damage to the current target. I mean, if he crits on that, it probably goes up to over, it's got to go up over 1,000 damage, and then 45% bonus true damage on top of that. This is just completely ridiculous. Anyway, I've got the send back, but I don't really have anything to send. I think that what I end up sending here is the Yone, because Antisocial was saying he could actually use Yone. He has Crowd Diver as a trait, so he's trying to play a little bit into Crowd Divers. He has a Yone 2-star on his board already, but we're like, maybe you can go for the Yone 3-star. I know, maybe, possible. We'll just have to wait and see what develops. As far as my board goes, I am going to go ahead and put in the Riven that makes Edgelord trait. As a quick refresher on what Edgelord trait does, it gives attack speed to its units. Higher tiers of Edgelord give additional attack speed. Edgelord 3 is 30% attack speed. I will say going deep into Edgelord trait generally doesn't seem that amazing. It gives additional attack speed, but it's not that great. I feel like 3 Edgelord is often enough. or sometimes 5. Going up to 7 is kind of excessive. Anyway, edgelords gain attack speed. It doubles when their target drops below 50% health, and edgelords with 1 hex range also dash through them on their next attack. So Yasuo's going to get the one thing he's missing, which is attack speed. I really have not itemized attack speed here, but he can get that from edgelord traits. So that's 30% attack speed, and then it doubles if he hits someone below 50% health. So that's a lot of attack speed there. All right, it is time for our next augment here. I'm looking at the different options. Crash Test Dummies got nerfed in the most recent patch. It's not as good as it used to be. I was like, I think I'm going to take the return on investment here because I think I'm going to be re-rolling a fair bit. I think I'm going to get to level 8 and then I'll just re-roll a bit. This is generally a win more augment, unless you're playing a reroll comp. By the way, I'm going to try to make that last Crown Guard on Echo, so I'll go ahead and make the half of it that I can do right now. I could also do like Spiro Shojin for Senna here, but I think I decided to hold off and see what else these items were going to roll into. Anyway, back to return on investment. They did buff it in the patch that just most recently came out. It used to be you needed 18 shop refreshes to get a Tactician's Crown. Now it is 16 shop refreshes. I don't think it was performing particularly well in the data. As I said, it's good if, by the way, here the health bars are bugged out, but they'll be fixed for the next fight. Like I said, it is good if you're playing a reroll comp. If you're going to be rerolling anyway, getting a Tactician's Crown after reroll 18 times, or now 16 times, excuse me, that's obviously pretty good. But if you're also in a position where you're very strong, it can also be good too. So like I am quite wealthy because I've been winning all these rounds. I'm going to look to go to level 8, and then I'll just slow roll on level 8 for a little while. And then look to get the free Tactician's Crown because it's like, why not? I'm in a position where I can afford to do that. Look at us compared to the rest of the lobby. We're on 97 HP. We're still win streaking. We're on an 8-match winning streak. Yasuo is still just devouring the enemy team here. I suppose I could reroll on level 7, but I thought it would make more sense to get to level 8 because I would like to play an additional unit. I also need to find Akali and Kiana in the hopes of playing 9 true damage, at which point in time the numbers just get completely absurd. And I have much better odds to find them at level 8. So I have decent odds. I should be able to find Akali at level 8, even though she's pretty contested in this lobby. And I have some odds to find Kiana as well. I think the odds go up to 3% to find the 5-cost units on level 8. So that's the hope there. Or Antisocial might just be able to find Kiana. Or I might be able to get her off a carousel. All of them different possibilities over there. All right, it looks like Antisocial Monkey took the an artifact item, and he's got an Infinity Edge, not Infinity Edge, Trinity Force on his Olaf. So anyway, we're going to win that round. Look how easily Yasuo is still cutting through these boards, still stacking, still stacking, still stacking. So it's really the Yasuo and Olaf show here. Antisocial said that Olaf really did not do much damage, but he was extremely tanky in these fights. He would just survive forever in the fights because I believe he has 4 bruisers in, and I think he has some degree of pentakill in. Anyway, there's a Kiana, so I would love to get that Kiana. Then all I have to do is find an Akali and maybe get one more spatula item to get to 9 true damage, but it gets snapped up, so no Kiana for me off this particular carousel. I will once again probably just try to take the most expensive unit available. Oh, actually I saw that there was a glove and a Senna here. I was like, let's just take the glove. I could always reroll into something else, and I have 2 out of 3 Sennas, so that's Senna 2-star, so why not? Let's just go ahead and get the Senna 2-star. I am also on 6 Echoes, so I had told ASM to keep an eye out for Echoes as well. And oh, here's 2-star Riven. Okay, well that works. And I will go ahead and, let's see. I think I go ahead and do I go ahead and put a glove on? Yeah, I went ahead and put a glove on Senna here just to activate her bling bonus. I had put a belt on Kennen a little earlier to activate his bling bonus. Again, I'm still hoping that these items on my bench, one will roll, maybe one rolls into a vest so I can make another crown guard for Echo and get him a second crown guard, and then potentially maybe like another glove so Senna can Thief's Glove, something like that. Could also put a rod on her and make like a jeweled gauntlet, which would not be bad on Senna. But this is not going to be a Senna 3-star game. I really have not seen Senna at all throughout this game. It's the Yasuo show in this game. That's why we're playing Edgelord trait. That's why I do not have in Rapid Fire trait, because I don't really care about Senna that much. Anyway, Yasuo just absolutely beasting these people. Did 11,000 damage that round. And again, a lot of it was true damage. So now we're coming over to ASM's board. Yasuo is still devouring enemy units for more kills. I'm going to have to check in on him again. Unfortunately, this is pre-recorded footage, so I can't keep checking on him. Can only go off of what I recorded during the match itself. But anyway, there is another Kale. Okay, I'm not going for Kale 3-star. That's whatever. But I am on a 10-match winning streak, so hopefully I can win one more and carry my win streak through to the minion round. I go to level 8. I don't really have another unit to play, so I was like, all right, we'll just play another Echo here. Why not? Another 2-star Echo's got to be pretty good. I should have mentioned as well that one thing that I haven't had also got from the training dummy, I am getting Sentinel trait from the training dummy, and I've had that since the very start of the game. I probably should have mentioned that. That allowed me to just play Echo, not have to play any of the other Sentinels, and still get Sentinel trait. Oh, by the way, here also, I was like, we have a gift round coming up. There's a decent chance that I'm going to be able to get a spatula from that gift round. I'm just going to take a sword and stash it on the bench because the sword plus spatula is the recipe for the true damage emblem. So I was like, let's just hold this sword here. Yeah, maybe I could get it to reroll into a sword again down the road as Yasuo continues just annihilating everyone on the enemy team. Let's just grab this right now because if I'm going to get a spatula option, I want to make a true damage spatula. So let's just hold the sword right here so it doesn't re-roll into something else, and I'll have it in the event that I get a spatula from the upcoming gift round. All right, by the way, there's another ribbon, so I was like, all right, well, can grab this. And then I make my one mistake in the match. I had forgotten that I already had a rod on Echo. I needed the rod plus vest. For some reason, I got confused about what item was already on here. And when the rod popped up, I put it on Echo. That makes a death cap. I did not want a death cap. I wanted a crown guard, but I forgot which one of the two components I had on there. So not quite what I wanted. A crown guard would definitely have been better here. Double crown guard with the super crown guard. And then look what pops out. Yeah, it's a vest. I could have had this, could have had the crown guard super easily here. I was like, that's a bit disappointing. In any case, I do have the send back, or I'm going to get the champion send back again. So I'm picking up Zax here. By the way, there is Echo number 7 for me. I'll also pick up the Yones, so I'll have the option to send Anti-Social Monkey either more Yones or a Zac, because I believe he was missing a Zac. So I'm just trying to hold these particular units here. By the way, I'm seeing a lot of Ziggs. That would have been awesome in some other games, but doesn't really do anything for me here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make a Sunfire for Kennen just because I want some kind of heal cut on my board. I do have the chance to pull something from the anvil down here. I see that Glove is an option, so I'll go ahead and make a Thief's Glove for Senna, just so she rolls something every round. I'm not sure that this is amazing on her, but better than what I had before. By the way, Yasuo does die in this fight, so I was like, oh, wow, Yasuo is actually dead. So now it's up to Echo. Echo with his death cap, by the way, and the Senna to carry this. And oh, it looks like the reinforcing player came over, so that's going to end the win streak. That's going to cost me a lot of econ, but well, that's a little bit disappointing. By the way, Spellweaver Echo would have been nice, but no, not a possibility. I do have Yone 2-star, so I asked. Oh, by the way, I do get a spatula gift from ASM. There's the true damage emblem. Boom. So now we just need Kiana and Akali, and we have 9 true damage. Just need Akali and Kiana, so hopefully they'll pop up here. I also need to reroll my shop 9 more times for a Tactician's Crown. Well, there's the Akali. Okay. Well, we definitely want to play that, so I'll take the extra Echo off my board. That's not doing anything. And I asked Antisocial, do you want the Zac or do you want the Yone 2-star? Because that would put him at 7 Yones. He said he wanted the Zac. I actually thought he was going to take the Yone, but he said he wanted the Zac. So, okay, I have 4 Yones myself, and then ASM also has a 2-star Yone on his board. So we're actually getting pretty close to 3-star Yone over here as well. In any case, now it's time for me to pull another item. I see that I can make a Last Whisper on the Akali. That will give her an item for her bling bonus, and it's actually not bad either. It's a pretty good item on Akali. Now, Yasuo is still the featured unit, but like Senna, Echo, the Akali I just picked up, they're starting to chip in as well. And hey, I did get a true damage emblem, so now Riven has true damage as well. And I think I'm on 4 ribbons, 5 ribbons, something like that. So, we're between the two of us, one of us is going to look to make the Yone 3-star. And I'm on 4 ribbons, so maybe between all of these, maybe I go up to like 5 edgelord. I could always try to take out the Kale and maybe play some more of these units down the road. Anyway, we do not have a spatula gift option for ASM, so he's going to take the Tome of Traits. And there's another Yone and another Echo. I was like, wait, I'm on 8 Echoes here. I'm also on 5 Yones, and ASM at his send-up, he was like, you know what? I'm going to send you the Yone 2-star, just so that would put me on 8 Yones. So, yeah, 8 Echoes, 8 Yones here. I was like, I'm just going to roll for these units. I don't care if it costs me a little econ. Remember, I'm rerolling for a Tactician's Crown anyway, and boom, there it is. So I was like, okay, what do I do here? you know what we did? We had to put this on the board. Let's just sell the Riven. I know I was on four Rivens, but I don't think I really need Riven 3-star. A Riven would probably be better than Kale, but I want to get this true damage emblem on the Yone. So now I've got 8 true damage Yone with the 3-star Yone as well. Okay, that's pretty good. I'd say that's a rather good addition to this team composition. So now we need to get some items for Yone as well. I want to get a healing item on him in particular. But yeah, and Yasuo is still killing stuff. Going over to ASM's board, it looks like ASM was about to lose that, but Yasuo's like, nope, I'm going to come over and I'm going to kill things over here because I want more stacks. All right, now we have another now we have another carousel here. And I see that there's an Echo on this carousel. That's Echo 3-star with the Thief's Glove. I was like, oh, Echo 3-star with the Thief's Glove. Let's do that. Let's go. So I was hoping that that would stick around. And I am last pick, of course, but it gets grabbed. So I was like, really? All right, well, then I decided to go for the Hand of Justice on the Lucian. That also gets grabbed. So I was like, you know, I could look to do Infinity Edge for Yone, but I actually think Quicksilver Sash is more important. Again, he's a melee. Oh, and then I hit the Echo anyway. Okay, let's go. So we have 3-star Yone. We have 3-star Yasuo. We have 3-star Echo. They all are true damage. And now I'm going to put the QSS on Yone. Again, he needs to keep auto-attacking throughout the fights. Now I just need to get him some healing. But it's really important that he does not get crowd control. That's the thing that really wrecks these melee carries, is getting CC'd in fights. So I really want him to get the Quicksilver Sash. So like Yasuo, you can't CC him at the start of combat now. And he does a boatload of damage and 45% bonus true damage. Like, look at this team. They're playing Sentinel frontline. It's like, oh, well, sorry about that. I have 8 true damage, so your frontline just dies instantly because all your resistances don't even matter. Like, look at what happens to this poor team. It's so frustrating when this happens, and you're up against one of these teams. Yasuo's at 168% bonus damage. Well, that went off the screen pretty quickly. He's at 168. I don't even know how many units that is he's killed. Hold on, I'm going to check on my little calculator here. You guys can't see this, obviously, because this is an audio broadcast, but 168 divided by 1.5. He's killed 112 units. 112 units. That is absurd. 168% bonus damage. It's like 4 death blades or something like that. Something absolutely absurd. Anyway, Yasuo's completely out of control. Yone's the 3-star unit. They're both true damage. Now we just need the Qiyana. Qiyana gets us to 9 true damage. If you thought 45% bonus damage was crazy, the 9 true damage is 99% bonus true damage. 99% bonus true damage. So basically you deal double damage and the extra damage is all true damage. Plus it means bling bonuses go platinum. That means that the bling bonus is doubled on all the units. So Yasuo, for example, instead of executing enemies under 15% health, he'll execute them under 30% health. Senna gets minus 15 max mana. She goes from 90 to 75. She would go down to 60 max mana. And Echo would heal for just an absolutely ridiculous amount. His bling bonuses, while the shield is up, he heals health. He would just heal for even more health. So anyway, I'm going to 9. I'm going to level 9. I have much better odds to find Qiyana there. Antisocial Monkey is already level 9. Between the two of us, hopefully one of us can find a Qiyana. I just need one Qiyana right now. I'm grabbing the Bard so I can get Jazz trait in. I actually have a decent number of traits in play in this game. Not that many. Jazz would get me to, what was it? It would get me to, was it 1, 2, 3? It would get me to 5 traits, but I am going to get Crowd Diver trait if I can actually find Qiyana here. So that's another trait. And I'm about to get a Tactician's Crown too for my return on investment. So all right, let's go. Level 9, here we go. And now we got to roll for it, put Bard in for right now. Re-rolling. Let's see. There's an Alawi. That might be good for ASM's board. Re-rolling. Okay, now I've got the Tactician's Crown. We'll put the Zed in. He actually makes Crowd Diver for the Yone, so that's not nothing there. But I don't find the Qiyana. I was like, oh, man, can I just find the Qiyana for 9 true damage, please? And here I do have the option to get Hand of Justice, so we'll go ahead and put that on Yone. And Yone and Yasuo have almost identical items. I'm actually going to sell the Alawi because I'm just desperately trying to find Qiyana. I don't find that. I do find a Lucian, so we'll play the Lucian. That will maintain the Jazz trait and also put Rapid Fire trait in play with the Senna. So we're actually going to have quite a few traits on our Jazz stacked up here. By the way, Yasuo is still in the backlines, just absolutely brutalizing this enemy team. And the Yone is no slouch either at this point. He just doesn't have, like, I think Yasuo is at about 180% bonus AD from all his kills. Yone just doesn't have that. So yeah, we're gonna win this round. Knock this team down to 4 HP. I did have to lock the store to get the Lucian, which is disappointing. So that is one fewer shop refresh I have to try to hit the Kiana. But still, it's still worthwhile to do this. Yeah, there we go. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 traits in. Come on, Kiana, where are you? Kiana. There's no Kiana here. That is definitely unfortunate. Now, this other team did just hit 3-star Amumu, and their board is not bad. They have 6 emo over there, but I don't know. I think my board is just completely and utterly out of control at this point in time. By the way, ASM is running 6 Bruisers, 5 Pentakill. He has this insanely tanky Tom Kench. I haven't really been showing that too much, but his board just kind of lasts forever in these fights, so I'm always able to come over and reinforce. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Yasuo he does not care about your resistances. The true damage just eats right through the enemy board over and over and over again. Oh, he almost one-shot a 3-star Vex. Oh my god, Yasuo! 13,000 damage there. Oh my god. Now, I believe he did die when we went over and reinforced the other board, but yeah, that Olaf is still alive. He's still chopping, and we're going to be able to win this round and knock down to 1 HP. So, all right, we have one last round to find the Kiana. One more round. Can we find it for 9 true damage? I'm going to get the send back here. I'm going to look to roll on my shop. No, not you, Kane. But then they quit the lobby. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. We didn't get the 9 true damage in this game. Ah, that's so disappointing. I wanted my 9 true damage. I don't know how we couldn't find Kiana. I really wish we'd gotten it off Carousel or something, but well, it is what it is. Still a super fun game. I would have liked to check the final damage number on Yasuo. I believe he was right around 200% AD, but yikes. This one got out of control in a hurry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching Yasuo's infinite stacking. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great week, folks. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.